TV English class. I am looking at 10 students. I remember what you told me like last week, that it was extra recess, but it's not, guys. I'm going to be observing who is participating because I will take your participations into account. Today, we're going to talk about rescues, as we have been talking during unit number 6. But I want you to think about what we were talking today in class, and during these weeks, we have been talking about things that happen to people and people that rescue them because of X situation. So imagine, I'm going to give you a situation and I want you to imagine, okay? Imagine the picture. Imagine you are working. Imagine you are working, one day you say goodbye to your family and you go to work. And one accident happened at your work. And you are like, okay, I'm working, I am not on vacation, I'm working. Why do these things happen to people that is working and to people that is doing good things? So 33 miners went to work in Chile a few years ago, actually 11 years ago. They went to work in the mine, and what happened is that the mine collapsed. Okay, so that's sad. That's sad because they were working and the mine collapsed. So imagine being a miner, being in the mine, and then it collapsed. Hundreds and hundreds of kilograms of dust in you. Ahora sí que in you, guys. So everybody thought they died. They died. But you know, humans, when we see this type of situations, as I told you and as I asked you in class, would you do something to help someone that is in danger? Would you save your brother or sister? Would you throw them through the third floor? You said depends. But there is always this sense of humanity that we have, that we want to help, okay? Why did those guys were saying, yes, throw your brother, throw them, throw your brother, we will save them, we will save you, we will save him, okay? So we always want to help when it's necessary. So rescuers went to this mine and they were like, they are dead. We are going to pick up skeletons, bodies. They are dead. That's what they thought. But they were not going to stop trying to find them. So what they did was like they started to call different countries asking them for help. Just as these guys in Thailand, you know, that the government started to contact people from around the world, and well, people said, okay, we are going to help you. Well, the same happened in Chile. They started to look for rescuers around the world, and they started to work in the rescue. So few days after the accident, something happened. And look at these guys. I'm going to show you one image, and this is what happened after those days. They found this note. They found this note. Estamos bien, en el refugio Los 33. So imagine, guys, imagine being a miner, having the mine collapses, different people around the world trying to save them, thinking, not save them, I mean to rescue them because they didn't know they were alive. And then finding this note was like, wow, stunning. Because it's not that easy, like, oh, they had an accident. No, a mine collapsed. As I told you, hundreds and hundreds of kilograms of dust, rocks, and I don't know what else, in you. So there was like no probability of surviving. It was a miracle. So when they saw this text, they were happy. And today, guys, we're going to talk about this rescue and another one that I found on Google, because if you Google the most incredible rescues in history, you will see that this one of the miners is one of them, and another one and this one is incredible, guys. This one, the one that we are going to see in a moment, it's amazing, just as this one of the miners. Imagine living in the ocean for 3 days, like a mermaid. Can we do that? How can that be possible? A human survive 3 days under the ocean. That's amazing. So we are going to see how this happened. We're going to talk about these rescues. We're going to have an activity today. I hope you like it. Now, let's go and see this video that Tiburon Sin prepared with this story about Harrison O'Keefe, who survived 3 days under the ocean, under the water. Okay, so let's go and see the video and we're going to come back.
Good morning, my name is Tiburon Sin, and today in Did You Know That? We are going to talk about miraculous rescues. Have you ever thought about living under the sea, like the Little Mermaid? Well, this happened to a man in 2013. He was a chef in a boat, and it went under the water. So if you want to know more about this story, stay and watch the video that I prepared for you. Let's go and see this story.
This is the story of a man that survived 3 days under the water. This happened in 2013. And according to the security protocols, they had to lock the doors. But he went to the bathroom that day. He woke up early, he went to the bathroom, and that saved his life. Harrison O'Keefe was a chef in a boat, and it sank. Yeah, it fell under the water. It was that he saw that there was water coming in the boat, so he swam and found an air space. So he went to this space and he started to notice that he was cold. So he started to look for tools. He found hammer and he built this thing to get into it and to stop freezing it. After what he thought few hours, which actually were like days, he heard a noise. There were divers going there like looking for people alive, and well, he was found and finally he was rescued. But he thought it was only hours, but there were days. Yeah, he survived for 3 days under the water. He has the world record of surviving in a boat sink and with happy ending.
Well, this was the story of Harrison. I hope you like it. This is the end of this video. This was Did You Know That? My name is Tiburon Sin. Thank you so much. And let's go now with Teacher Susie. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, so this was Did You Know That? Really interesting, this story about Harrison O'Keefe. He was a chef in a boat, a chef. And at that time, there was lots of insecurity in the ocean. So as the video says, the protocol was when you go to sleep, you have to lock your door with key, put the secure on it. So everybody in the boat died because of this, because the boat was sinking and they couldn't go out because they were trying to find the key to open the door, so they couldn't go out. The only thing that saved Harrison O'Keefe was that he wanted to go to the bathroom. So he woke up early, he went to the bathroom. Of course, he opened his door, he went to the bathroom, and then the boat sank, And that's why he survived, because he went to the bathroom. He was there for 3 days. The rescuers, the divers, were like, everybody's dead. There's no way they survived, because they knew about this protocol that they had to lock the doors. So imagine guys, imagine you go down to the ocean, to the Pacific Ocean, and you know that after 3 days nobody can survive. And it was very, very deep in the ocean. It is not the same to go to Cancun with the water so warm, but very deep in the ocean, the water is not warm. Actually, it's really cold. So the conditions were like, there were no conditions for survival. So the divers went down into the ocean. And of course, as you know, guys, down in the ocean, there's no light. So it was dark. So they were diving, trying to find the bodies, because they were not thinking we're going to find survivors. No, they were thinking we're going to pick up the bodies. Yeah, because of the cold water. Yes, Thomas, they can die because of the cold water for hypothermia. So they were going to find the bodies. Imagine they are swimming, and one of them felt that something, a body grabbed him. So imagine swimming in the dark and then feeling that somebody's touching you. The diver said that he was shocked, that he was like, oh my gosh, there are ghosts or something. But then he turned and he noticed that this guy was alive. And then they saw that he was in this airspace, and they saw that he built this, I don't even know how to call it. It was some wood, some stuff that he found to get in, not to keep himself warm and safe, because he says that during those days he heard fish eating their partners, because he knew they were dead. He heard that all the noises were like very intense and horrible for him. So after his rescue, he received the what's the name of this prize? The world record of survival, because he has been the only human being that survived for 3 days under the water. You can find his story on Google and also in the student book, page 107. This happened in 2013, and I think this is one of the most incredible stories. It is amazing that something happened, guys, like he went to the bathroom. That's why he was able to swim to find this air package, this airspace. If he had not gone to the bathroom, he would have drowned there in his bed, in his room, like his partners. 13 people died that day, including the captain of the boat. And well, I have a question for you guys. So imagine being under the water, no light, everything's cold. You don't know if someone is going to save you. So this is the question. I want you to see this question, and I want you to share with me your response. What do you think Harrison was thinking or doing while waiting to be rescued? In interviews, he said he thought he was under the water for 6 to 8 hours. He lost conscious of time because he was under the water for 3 days. He thought 6 hours. So what do you think he was thinking during that period of time? Tomás says crying because of the emotion. He started to feel, because he was so cold. Okay, he was cold. His body was dry because he had no food or water. So his body was trying to produce heat in order to keep him alive. And this process takes water. So it is very likely that he could not have tears, but maybe like have this feeling of crying. I am going to die. I think in one of the interviews, he says that he was praying. He was praying to Jesus, asking for forgiveness. And he said that he was ready to die. He said like, okay, Jesus, I'm sorry, take me. That's what he said in the interview. Yeah, I think he was thinking about what he would eat and when he gets to the surface. You know, Hernan, I didn't really investigate about if he ate something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just something I think. He was not thinking about this because he said he was there for 6 hours. So maybe, I don't know. If I were him, I would tell them he could get some money. Get me some dry clothes, and big juicy hamburger. Ah, yes, me too. I agree with you. Okay, guys. So I want this question to help you in your grading, in the grading that you are going to do, because it gives you the perspective of the victim, if I could call it like that, yeah, the victim. Because when we talk about rescues, we always focus in the process, yes? How do they rescue the person? But we don't think about what is the people, what are they thinking? What is that victim thinking? What are they feeling? And those ideas can help you to be more dramatic in your expressions, in your writing. Okay, guys. So I told you that today we were going to talk about 2 rescues. The first one, the 33 miners, and the second one, this one of Harrison O'Keefe, who survived in this boat sink accident. Okay, so right now, guys, we are going to read and listen the story of the 33 miners. You can also, you will see the image here on screen, but you can also see it in your student book, page 107. So let's listen and read these stories, and then we're going to play a game. Okay, so let's see the image. Escape.
And there were fears that the missing men wouldn't come out alive. A rescue team immediately began drilling into the ground where it was thought the men might be. On day 17, when the drill was brought out of the ground, there was a note tacked to it. In bright red letters it read, "We are alive and well in the shelter, all 33 of us." It was the news the whole country had been waiting for, and the Chilean government promised to bring them out alive. For the next 7 weeks, rescue teams from all over the world worked together to drill a hole big enough to bring out the men, who were waiting 700 meters below to the ground. It was a long, difficult, and dangerous job, but on October 13, more than 1 billion people around the world watched live on TV as the first of the miners was finally brought above ground. 24 hours later, the last miner, number 33, was reunited with his family and friends.
On June 2013, a rescue diver was swimming through the wreck of the tugboat Jackson 4 when he got an enormous shock. A hand reached out and grabbed his leg. His ship had sunk 2.5 days earlier and was now lying 30 meters below the surface of the water. The diver, who was part of a team looking for the bodies of the 13 crew members, hadn't expected to find anyone alive, but one man had managed to survive. 29-year-old Harrison O'Keefe from Nigeria was the ship's cook. When the ship got into trouble in rough waters and started turning over, O'Keefe found an air pocket and put his head in it. As the ship sank toward the seafloor, he expected the pocket to fill it with water, but it didn't. Despite the freezing water and having nothing to eat or drink, O'Keefe had enough air to breathe. There was nothing he could do except wait. 60 hours after the ship went down, O'Keefe heard knocking and knew that rescue teams had entered the ship. He still wasn't safe, and a complicated plan was needed to bring him slowly to the surface. Unfortunately, none of the other crew members survived, but one man. The tragedy has ended with a miracle. Okay, guys, so this is the Great Escape story about these people who survived. The miners were down in the mine for 68 days. Do you remember the documentary from Thailand? They were in the cave under the ground for about, I don't remember if it was 13 or 17 days. But you cannot compare. These miners were inside of that mine for 68 days. Wow, that's stunning. Tomas says, I already see the movie. There's a movie. Actually, there's documentaries and movies about these 33 miners. If you like action and real stories, you should watch this movie or documentaries, because there's movie and documentaries about this rescue. It was super mega trends and famous. And I remember at that time, guys, people here in Mexico, there was an accident here in Mexico as well, and they were saying, why did the miners in Chile were rescued and the ones here in Mexico they couldn't rescue them? They died. So it was very impressive at that time. Its name was 33. Really, I don't remember the name of the movie, but if you say, I will. I haven't seen it. I saw the documentary. Did you like the movie, Tomas? So I think these two rescues, guys, were shocking. Harrison O'Keefe, as I told you, he won the world's record for surviving 3 days under the ocean. And these miners, because they were under the ground for 68 days. Super impressive. So right now, guys, if you remember in the text, there were words that were highlighted. If you don't remember, you can open your student book to page 108. I will say the words for you because we are going to use them in a game. Miracles, safety record, drill, wreck, sunk, air pocket, and tragedy. These are the words that we are going to use in the game. And I am going to challenge you guys. If you make more than 750 points, if you do more than 750 points, I will dance Macarena in class. But if you lose, guys, you will dance Macarena in class. So you will have to turn on your camera and dance Macarena, okay? This is a challenge. If you do more than 170, I dance. If you lose, you dance. Macarena o ¿cómo se llama? La pelusa, whatever you want, okay? So, I like Macarena, so I prefer. Torture, dance better. Okay, yeah, dancing in class. So, let's play this game, guys. Let's see if you win or I win. Torture, dance. Quiz game show. Let's start. I will give you, as I told you, have played this game before. So you will see a sentence, and you will give me the response. The first student that writes a response, A, B, C, or D, is the one that I will take into account. So let's start, guys. 1, 2, 3, let's play the game. Question number 1. There's 7 questions, guys. A terrible event that often kills many people. A, B, C, D, E, or F. What do you say? The first response is the one that I will take into account. Hernan says tragedy. Let's see. Yes! 100 points. Question number 2. What's left of a car, ship, plane, etc. after a crash? Safety record, tragedy, drill, wreck, sunk, or drill. Oh, I put drill twice. Okay, what do you say? What letter? Karime says B. Or B is from the other response. Okay, guys, what's left of a car, ship, plane, etc. after a crash? What do you say? No. Okay, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Hernan says letter D. Let's see if it's letter D. Yes! Excellent! I want to see you dancing, guys. Question number 3. An instrument that makes a hole in the ground. A, safety record. B, tragedy. C, drill. D, miracle. E, sunk. Or F, drill. Ann says drill. Paco says letter C. Oh, but I have a problem here, guys. I have to drill, so if you get the wrong one, let me check it. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because yes, I confess. Letter C is the correct response. Bueno, drill, because I don't know if it's C or F. Just give me 1 second. Come on. It doesn't open. Okay, let's put. Oh, it's because I don't want you to fail. I want to lose. Yeah. If you want, Thomas, you can dance with me. If you lose. If I lose. I cannot, bueno, let's put F. But yeah, the correct response is real. Ay, Dios, I'm scared. Okay, F. If it's incorrect, okay, so it was letter C. Don't worry, guys. I will put 100 points for you. Okay? So which one do you want? Wait. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which one do you want? Give me one number between 1 and 5. One number between 1 and 5. Luis says number 5. Let's see. Oh my gosh, 200 points. So if you get this right, you will have 200 points. I know it gave you 200 points for free. This is not fair. Okay, an amazing event that almost seems impossible. A, safety record. B, tragedy. C, drill. D, miracle. E, sunk. Or F, drill. What do you think? Which one? Paco says D. Let's see. And the answer is correct. Remember that I owe you 100 points. A space where water doesn't get in. Greg, air pocket, safety record, miracle, sunk, or tragedy. What do you think? Karime says letter A. Or is from the other response? A space where water doesn't get in. What do you think, guys? A, B, C, D, E, or F? Hernan says B. Tomás says A. No, no what? One more. Don't fight. B, okay. Bernardo, B. Let's see. Yes, air pocket. Air pocket or air space. So you have 700 points, guys, because I owe you 100 points. So if you get this one right, I will dance. The history of accidents at a place, safety record, air pocket, drill, miracle, sunk, or tragedy. Safety record. Tomás says safety record. Let's see. Champles, chicos. I will dance. Okay. I am not embarrassed. Bonus round. Ah, mira, esta está bien padre. Minus 50. Okay. Tell me one number between 1 and 5. One number between 1 and 5. Come on, guys. One number between 1 and 5. 3. Tomás says 3. Let's see. Plus 50 points. No, chicos. This is sad. Okay, I will have to dance. Anyway, okay. And this is the last question. Had gone down in the water. A, B, C, D, E, or F? What do you think? A, B, C, D, E, or F? Tomás says letter B. No, sunk was the response. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I will dance tomorrow with you in class. Thank you for being here in La TV. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, guys.